How many of you remember these building blocks and mainstays? And to the Republic for which it stands. As well, the Battle Hymn of the Republic. Hi folks, I hope this video finds you well, and I came across the following concerning something which we all hear about without giving it much thought, and I may have misspoken, as not many think about it, those easily led I meant to say, being those content with having others do their thinking for them, and sad to say, that speaks to the majority. Lately we have heard that the United States is a democracy. However, those of us in our 60s remember the Pledge of Allegiance, and the Battle Hymn of the Republic, one being stated while the other sung, with both speaking to a republic, and not a democracy. So which is which, and what are we? Let's first break down the word democracy. In a nutshell, the demo part of the word democracy means people, from the Greek demos, while the form cracy means government. Democracy literally translates to people's government. Yes, the people's government, as opposed to a monarchy, or a people governed by one man as in a king, or in a plutocracy, being a society that is ruled or controlled by people of great wealth or income. My friends, there are many forms of government, and they were all discussed in 1776 in Philadelphia, where the Constitution of these United States was founded. Folks, a democracy was entertained and rejected by our framers, and a republic was decided upon over a democracy, and here's why. And I must add, the following was copied and pasted from something put forth in the 50s by someone unnamed, but provided in a video found on the YouTube channel, Watcher 9. A democracy is a form of government based upon the principle of majority rule, period, end of discussion. That's not very complicated, is it? Majority rule, it's easy to understand, it's easy to sell to the masses, and I might add, deadly. For example, what would you call a lynch mob? That's majority rule, and there's only one dissenting vote, and he's at the end of the rope. Now that's pure democracy in action. But wait a minute, you say the majority should rule, yes, but not to the extent of destroying the rights of the minority. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are no longer describing a democracy, nay, we are speaking of a republic, as a republic is a limited democracy. It's a form of government based upon the principle of limited majority rule, limited so that the minority, even a minority of one, can be protected against the whims and passions of the majority. And how do you protect the minority from the majority? You write down a set of rules on a piece of paper, as in, you say this we can do, and that we cannot do, and at the top of the paper you write the word Constitution, and then everyone agrees to follow the rules, no matter what the temptation, and when you're finished you've created a constitutional republic. Folks, I had second thoughts as to whether or not I should even open this can of worms, but every time I hear the United States called, or referred to as a democracy, it really bugs me. You see, in my book, one generation cannot be told one thing, and the next generation told the opposite. Folks, can you see how that could be construed as a dividing factor? And remember, united we stand, divided we fall. My so beloved familiars here, this is how the difference between a democracy and a republic was explained to me, in my youth. A man robs a bank and heads out of town with a bag full of money. A posse is put together consisting of a sheriff and 24 townfolk, making up a 25-man posse. Well, a few miles out of town the robber is caught up to and overtaken, and 24 posse members want to hang the bank robber, and the sheriff wants to take him back to town to be tried by a jury. Folks, the 24 posse members that want to hang the bank robber could do it under a democratic form of government, but under a constitutional republic the bank robber must be transported back to town for a trial. In the comment section below, please let me know if you'd rather live under democratic rule, or under a constitutional republic, and on that note, be well, stay strong, and I thank you so much for listening, my friends.